Good morning. And it is morning. I've got another bike to show you underneath this little package here, and I'm going to make it quick because it is an extremely hot day, the hottest days of the year, and the only time I've got to do this is in this little bit of shade before the sun comes out, so bear with me as I rush to unpack this box. Eskute has sent me another toy to have a look at and a play with. This is one of these mini bikes with the 14-inch wheels. It's got a 250 watt motor with about a 25 torque, and yeah, I'm quite looking forward to getting this one out and having a bit of a play with this, because I've got another little mini bike, haven't I? And it's really hard to ride a mini bike with a big bike, so this is going to give me the opportunity and the chance to ride two little bikes together. So I am quite looking forward to getting this one together and having a play with it. And they've sent me a really cool, sexy looking colour one. So yeah, let's unpack this rather quickly, see what we've got in here, and get it together, and then we can go and have a play with it. So in the little box inside we have some bits. We've got a battery charger. It's a 42 volt 1.5 amp. We've got a couple of pedals, standard. We've got a little toolkit, and this is a very little toolkit, which is quite intriguing. So that's that. And then, of course, the obligatory seat and bubble wrap. So we're going to quickly work our way through this, because like I say, the sun's coming up very fast. Yesterday was 32 degrees, and in the UK, that is incredible. I spent all day indoors yesterday, and we went to the cinema last night because it was the only way to get away from the heat. So I am definitely going to be rushing this to get it all unpacked as quick as I can. There's our seat. Look at that. A really nice cushion seat with two underslung springs underneath, and it also got a little reflector on there as well, which is cool, and a height on the bottom so you can see the settings of your seat. What else have we got in here? Not a lot really, just the bike. It's got rear suspension by the looks of it on the back there. We're going to have to attach the pedals, clear out all the foam, and obviously the zippy ties. And I know I've done this before, but every time's different, because look at the colour. She is beautiful. And I think we do this one in a grey and I think it's a grey greeny kind of colour, which is also quite nice. I did actually ask for a nice bright coloured one, because I always get the black bikes, don't I? Eskute have sent me black bikes many times, and I thought it'd be really nice to have something a little bit different colour, which would stand out a little bit, and I can photograph it. This is the F200 mini bike. It's got a rear little stand on the back there. That's nice. It's got a rear mudguard. Let's try not to chop my fingers off with this one. Some of these are quite tight. There we go. It does help having a sharp knife, I must admit, because at least with a sharp knife I can get in there and cut them off. Another one. Oh, we're making a quick way of this one today, aren't we? I think it's because it's a little tiny diddy bike. Handlebars are tucked underneath, so we're going to have to slot them in place by the looks of it. And we've got cables and stuff down here as well. Just try and cut this off. Yeah, there's not much I can tell you about these bikes because they're so basic. They have one gear. This has got a 160mm mechanical brakes on it, which is good enough for a little mini bike. I don't think you need the hydraulics on a mini bike. I've got 14-inch wheels. It's got 3 power assist mode, but it's foldable, and we'll have a look at it foldable in a moment. First of all, I've got to get it to work. Oh, that's nice and stiff. That's a good stiff feeling. So it locks over, clamps down, nice and simple. Handlebars are going to drop in at the top. There is actually a keyway in there, so you can get them the right way round. Let's have a look. Somewhere like that. Let's put it in there for now. That's in and in place. That's nice. There's also on this a phone holder with a USB-C. It's actually got a standard USB charger for charging your phone. So it's actually got a phone holder mounted on it. That is really cool. And a bell. Brakes, we've got front brake on the right hand side, which is perfect for UK. Rear brake on the back on the left hand side. Absolutely spot on, because we spent many years putting the brakes on the other side, haven't we? Rear seat, we're going to keep this up to its maximum height. Now this is apparently can be ridden by a 6 foot person. If you're 6 foot and you want one of these tiny mini bikes, this could be the one for you. So there's maximum height there. It still moves, so we need to just nip it up. Nipping it up's easy, just literally unclamp it, twizzle the thread and then clamp it back up again. And when you get some resistance, that's about it. Oh, it's got a suspension seat as well. That's brilliant. An actual suspension seat on it. That I love. That's it. All we've got to do is drop the pedals on and use the spanner that they're going to give you, and the bike is pretty much done. We're going to take the pedals, drop the pedals on. Are these foldable pedals? That's the question, because on the last one I had foldable pedals, and the foldable pedals I found were amazing. They're foldable pedals. Amazing, because when you put it into the car, and this has got a left and a right on it as well, on the front there's left and a right. So one will go on clockwise and one will go on anti-clockwise. So the left is a anti-clockwise. Once you can get it in place, you just spin it up until it goes all the way in, and then just get your spanner and just lock it off. What I would recommend though is to maybe just get a bigger spanner if you've got one, and just nip it up nice and tight. And again, this one is the clockwise one. Spin it on and then lock it up nice and tight once it's on. This one's not quite as loose, just smoothing. Here she goes. Just nip that up. But yeah, if you've got a proper spanner, it's definitely worth getting a proper spanner on it. That, I think, is that. It's got an internal battery. The battery is in here, I think, so let's have a quick look. So we've got a lock-in tab, lift the lock-in tab up, slide that around, and then does it fold in the middle. There she goes, folds round, like that, and the handlebars drop down. Like, oh, something's stopping it, we've got a safety thing on there. Let me have a look. Ah, there's a pin in the side there which stops it from falling by mistake. There she is. She's folded down. You fold the pedals flat, push, and she's folded down. She weighs about 47 pounds, I think. Battery's obviously internal, so you don't have to keep taking the battery out. I like that fact that that locks and is a safety measure. The battery's in here, which is hidden away. That is fantastic. Really love that. Locking tab, security tab. That's a little stand on the back there. She's beautiful. She really is. Cracking little bike. What an absolute treat that is. Beautiful colour. Like I said, we've got this phone mount on the side here. So we unscrew it. Let's see how big she goes. I've got quite a big Samsung S23 with a big case on it. Look at that. You can actually mount your phone on the front. Obviously, I've got to do up the Allen key in a position I want it. Now, power button is on this side with a display. Is it going to switch on? Yep, she's switching on perfectly. We've got trip. We've got mode 1, mode 2, mode 3. So we've got 3 power modes. It comes with a battery on 4 out of 5. And then we've got trip, odometer, volume. It says 38 volts, so that's the battery capacity. And then we've got timer, and back to trip. So everything you need to know is on the screen, and it is just power up, power down, and pedal. There's no gears to be worried about. There she goes, the F200 from Eskute. I am now going to get this on the road, give it a spin, make sure all the batteries, all the nuts and bolts are charged up. The battery I might just top up for full where we're ready to go. Check the tyre pressures, make sure all these nuts and bolts are tight and screwed up very well, because you never know who's done it up. It could be a Friday job. Right, before I go, let me do a rundown on this bike for you. The Eskute F200. They do an F100 as well. Now, the F100, I think, doesn't have the suspension on it. The F200 has the suspension on it. I absolutely think this is stunning out the box, and I've just been having a bit of a play of it now. I've cleared the cardboard out of the way, and I've noticed that the springs in the seat and the suspension there gives you a really good soft ride, and you can see how bouncy this is. This is giving you a lovely suspension underneath those buttocks. So when you're riding this along the road, and maybe you take it on holiday, maybe you're taking it shopping, maybe you're taking it to work. I mean, imagine chucking this on the train, jumping off the train, and away you go into your offices. This would be a really tidy little thing to be running around the town and city in, especially with your phone holder on the front as well, and being able to charge it, which is an absolutely fantastic idea. This also comes with a adapter there for a throttle. So if you wanted to fit a throttle on it, which is not legal in the UK, but if you wanted to fit a throttle on it, you can have a throttle, so you don't even have to pedal and get up, working up a sweat. Now, there is a little socket on the side here. This, I'm taking, is for my charger down this side. The only thing I'm not sure is how to switch the lights on. Normally there's a light button on your controller, and I can't find one at the moment, so I do have to get the instructions out to find out where the light is. But there is a built-in front light. They don't put a backlight on it, which I find is a crying shame, because you could put like an LED just in there or something, just somewhere attach a little LED on the back, because you've got one on the front, but you have to fit an external light, which I always find on 90% of these bikes, this is the problem. And the backlight for me is the most important one, because that's the one that's being seen by traffic. The tyres are, got some information written down, the tyres are a 14-inch 2.125. They come pumped up by the looks of them. They've got reflectors on them, which is nice, because that's also, again, a safety feature for night time. The rear motor is a 250 watt 36 volt brushless rear motor, with a 25 Newton meter torque, which means it's got a little bit of oomph to give you a pump along the road. Charging, you've got a 42 volt battery, 1.5 amp, which gives you 6 to 7 hours charging, which I said. 3 levels of power assist, which we also said. 30 miles on pedal assist. I would have said that gives you 30 miles on a level 1. If you're going to pump it up to level 3, it might not give you quite as many miles. If you're interested in the crankset is at 152 millimeters, and then you've got a W/46T. So I think that's the teeth, and the front crankset to the rear crankset. So it's 152 and 46 teeth on the back. Mechanical disc brakes, like I said, with the rear and front 160 rotors, and that's about all I can do. Carbon steel frame. It weighs, on here I've got it weighs 47 pounds. Battery weight is 3 pounds 5 ounces, and then a package weight of 57 pounds 5 ounces. Says also throttle sensor, so you've got the throttle, like I say, you can plug it in there, but it's not included in the package. If you want to see that, I have actually got one, and I'll put it on and show you it. But like I say, it's not legal in the UK, but I will put it on and show you it. If it's something you want to see, check it out in a separate little video. But yeah, I think all in all, she's a nice little bike. Like I said, with the suspension on the rear, it's going to give you a nice comfortable ride, and on the other side, you can see we've got this lovely little mini stand on the back there, which holds it all up and keeps it nice and tight. And with the foldable pedals, which you push in and flip round, with the foldable pedals it should fold quite flat inside the back of the car or the boot of the van sort of thing. So yeah, all in all, quite a nice little looking machine. You will have to learn how to close it, and I'm going to close it because it's got a little bit of a knack to it, especially on the front there. You've got to get this pin and push that pin in to get that handlebar to fold over safely. So it's just something you need to be aware of when, oh, move it out of the way, when you've got it. It actually, if you do it properly, it's not too bad, but that is a nice safety feature that keeps it in place just in case this thing comes undone. And the same with this one, you have to lift this lock up and pull this to get it to work. It doesn't come open on its own. So yeah, all in all, I think they've thought about the safety features on it quite well. Even a front little mud guard to stop the mud flipping up in your face. That's definitely it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I do have a code for Eskute. Eskute give me a code. It is Compton50, which gets you £50 off. This bike retails at $799, but do not go away because it is on sale for £459, I think. So sub £500, you can get yourself a small, mini, foldable electric bike that will help you get to the shops, get to the town, help you on your holiday camps, and even give you something to put in the boot of the camper van if you go on site and you want to ride down to the showers. That'll do for me. Ta-da.